Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Fanfuller here, going solo today. Just waiting for the live setup to go to YouTube, which I think is done now. Wanted to do something a little bit different today, and we've spoken in most of the explains in the past about the whole process of what eXp Realty does for you as a agent. I wanted to talk today about one of the steps that we normally do when we meet you individually as an agent, and that is to sort of figure out or flesh out what is the frustration or the circumstances you're in that sees you coming to speak to us. So I'm going to talk about a few of those most common ones that we come across over the years, and just about how eXp addresses that. Now I'm going to share some screens today, so looking to challenge myself in relation to the technology, but we'll get there. So look, the first one of the biggest reasons people come to eXp is once they realize what the commission splits are in comparison to what they are currently experiencing. It's a staggering difference. So I'm just going to share a screen here, which is our Life at eXp page. So this is the page, if you go to lifeatexp.com.au, and just under the commission section, you can see there's a section there that has a calculator on the right hand side, and I've put in a figure on the right there. So this is a GCI, gross commission income figure, 250. I think for most agents that are experienced and working in an office in the industry, that's probably a reasonable figure to expect. 2 to 300,000 as a gross commission income, 20 to 30 sales. If we're looking at that $10,000 per sale type of scenario, as many of us do in the calculators. If you're in an area where your sale commission is much higher than a $10,000 average, use that accordingly. But you can see if I use the example of a $300,000 gross commission, if I've got a 50% split with my current employer, and in this case there's no franchise fees that come out of that, you can see that you're currently getting half, 50%, 300,000. This is the figure you'd be getting if you were with eXp. Okay, so I don't think it's any mystery. In all of our explains, we've said you are 75% up to the first 100, which we call the cap, and then you're 100% thereafter, plus the $250 plus GST per month fee that you get for your subscription fee, which gets you all the tools. We'll talk a little bit about tools later. So that 50% split. If there were franchise fees involved, if you're having to give up franchise fees, you can also, go to that and add those in. But you can go to this page and work out just what it is would be the difference in commission to you. Now, the hard work that you as an agent do, we all do, giving up 40, 50, 60% to your employer is something that in most cases that's what we live with. I did for many years, 36% for many, many years I was on. So that's the first reason we find that agents want to come to eXp, is just to get the benefit of much, much higher commission splits. So that's one big reason. It's not the only reason, that's for sure, and it probably shouldn't, because there are a lot of other things involved with your career in real estate. So next thing I'll talk about is just agents to get a bit more autonomy. Now, I hope you can see the screen that I've just brought up. So this is just a page out of our monthly magazine that we provide to all of our agents. We call it the eXp Agent Pulse magazine. What we're evidencing here is all of the logos that you can see on screen are eXp licensed agents who are running their own businesses using eXp, being powered by eXp, using our back end. But as you can see, they're able to use their own logos, their own naming and branding and all of that sort of thing. So a lot of people, another reason is people want to be there, brand themselves and market themselves. You are the person that the vendors and buyers call. Uh, uh, Joe Blogg's real estate company can't list a house. It has to be the person in that company listing the houses. So many of our agents are in positions where they're limited to the marketing that they're able to do for themselves. Directors and franchises don't want you stepping outside of the model that they have. A lot of them can't have your own social pages, can't have your own logos, don't have your photos on things. There's offices where you can't find the agent's mobile number. You have to call the 1300 or the office number. So if you're in that environment, you're very much at the whim and control of that office model, and it just doesn't let you step outside and promote yourself. So with eXp, you can promote yourself. You have your own socials, your own boards with your own pictures on them. Uh, you have no contract with us, just to talk about, your relationship with us. There's no contract. It's a month-by-month agreement. You've got no borders. So whilst we don't want to be all tripping around the country and listing properties interstate, overseas, etc., it's impractical. Our agents, I've got one agent here. I'm in Melbourne. I've got one of our eXp members who's located in the inner southeast. And he's had listings as far as 100 kilometres in every direction. Now, does everyone want to do that? Probably not, but there's no limit. So he's gone down to Geelong, he's gone down to Sorrento, he's gone out to Lilydale, he's in the inner east, he's up in the north. Wherever the leads take him, he can go. There's no borders, no boundaries, no other offices you need to relate to find out if you're allowed in that area. No, you don't have to jointly list it with other offices. We've all been in those situations where there's walls up or you're not allowed in another area where another office is. All of those circumstances are quite common in Australian real estate. So no borders, no limits. I will say that branding yourself is just for fully licensed agents in your state. Your choice, if you are licensed, is to brand yourself or to brand yourself as eXp. So there's the eXp logo in the middle there. If you want to continue being eXp, many of our licensed agents do, and use all of the eXp branding, you certainly can. If you're a commission-only employee, so you're a agent's rep or a class 2, you have to be branded eXp because you're employed by us. Next reason people come to us is just for to advance their careers. They're looking for better training, better mentorship, better development programs, and they're limited in the office where they are of just the training that might be supplied by the employer, or that franchise training that might be available. Sometimes it's very scant. I'm going to just flip to our YouTube page. So if you'd like to follow this, it's a public page. Most of this is public. eXp Realty Australia or eXp Australia, you can see it up in the domain there. I've just skipped to the playlists page, give you a little bit of an idea of the sort of training and mentorship and support that's available for you if you're looking to improve yourself and you're finding yourself a little bit limited. So iConversations, you can see here there's videos in there, and AMP sessions, AMP's Agent Mentor Program. You can see that there's videos in there. The unlisted videos, you can see there's 43 videos in there that are unlisted. So they're more detailed training that we're making available for our agents. Down here, you can see the Business by Design videos. So these are the fortnightly sessions that some of you may have jumped into, where we're giving tips and tricks on all sorts of aspects of real estate and technology. You've got all of the AI training. So all of this type of training, all of this is live. These are the recorded videos that are there later for those that may not have been able to attend live. So if you're looking to improve, absolutely no limit to the type of training and resources available to improve yourself. And this is without looking abroad to the US and the eXp University and the training and recorded hundreds of hours that are there, recorded videos for you to make to access if that's what you'd like to. And if you want to use this training to develop yourself further and get into a position of leadership to be able to build a team around you, sky's the limit. Everything's possible. Another reason we're here is people feel a little bit behind. They're not got access to technology and the new resources that are out there. And we had a conference yesterday that we hosted that we talked a lot about AI, ChatGPT and the like, and just all of the cutting edge tools that are they're here now and are, as many of the speakers said yesterday, are going to take over um, many aspects of real estate. Certainly, communication with clients, um, the way ads are written, the way the emails are written, it just is going to be quite a huge leap forward. I'll just flip to one of the tools that we get in eXp, which is Canva Pro. I've just clicked on our brand template. So you can see here that you've got no end to the type of resources available for if you're doing social posts, you're doing listing presentations, if you're doing email newsletters. The resources here are quite lengthy, and these are supplied by agents in Australia, corporate around the world may supply these. So whether it's business cards, you can see on that reel of business cards, there's 42 card examples there. There's no one thing you have to do, but all of these types of digital resources, the other one's Gamma app, which I haven't got up on screen today, but certainly an incredible tool for building websites or flyers or presentations for your clients. Tools like these, whilst they're not, Canva's not a direct real estate tool, but it's something that it's going to help you develop your brand, develop your message in your marketplace. All of these types of tools we do training on. Many of the tools like this one are part of our subscription. Things like Gamma app is outside of our subscription. It's a free tool online, or there's a paid version, but we'll teach you how to use it if we think that it's a tool that's going to better yourself in real estate. Things like Blink cards and Linktree we've done training on. We've done training on, using Meta and things like that. So all of these things are available. If that's something that you feel held back by and you want to grow and push in that area, we can certainly help you. Another thing that a couple other tools, so RP data, things like that. If you don't have this type of tool in your work in your office, I know offices that are still using their own past brochures with a salt sticker printed on them that they pull out of the manila folder and take with them to the appraisal as their comparable sales. They've got no access to data. If that's you, that's in the past. All your data's here. Tools like Secure Exchange for exchanging documents and getting DocuSign, all provided for you. Another thing I talk about that people come to us that find that they're on the hamster wheel of earning the commission, spending it in their lifestyle, family, kids, the whole thing. The money comes and goes, and there's been nothing built in the background for you that is helping you to build wealth for the future, looking for a retirement plan. So one of the things, we don't go into a lot of detail of in most of our explains is the revenue share program. So there's a short video, as you can see, this is on our YouTube page, and you can go to this video and watch it. It's only 3.5 odd minutes, which will explain for you the way that revenue share works. And revenue share is simply that if you choose to get involved in the recruit of a team or recruiting of other agents, and I did say choose, it's not something you certainly have to do or obliged, but should you have an agent that you bring into your team, and they could be anywhere in the world, okay, so they've contacted you, if you've contacted them, you've given them an idea of the things that eXp offer, they've said, I want to join, you become their sponsor. As a sponsor, when they go out and transact, you'll be rewarded with a percentage of their gross commission income. Okay, so as I said, everything after $100,000 is yours to keep. So the company only has the 25% portion of that first 100, and it's out of the company portion that we then reward our agents. So half of that company portion gets given back to agents in revenue share. You might have seen the video, the 200 million video. It was $220 million last in 2024 was given back to our agents in revenue share. So incredible amount of money for those that are building teams, building wealth. I know agents in Australia who have six-figure incomes per annum based on revenue share, and that's something that once you've recruited the agent, they've joined eXp, they're out doing their thing, listing and selling properties. You may or may not be supporting them directly. They might be interstate, they might be overseas. You might only chat once in a blue moon. Doesn't matter. You're their sponsor. Their rev share comes to you forever. It's a legacy payment. It's willable. It'll continue forever. So one of the things that agents do learn once they come to eXp and they start to transact and they get probably into their first year or 18 months and they start to see a lot more information of revenue share is the opportunity becomes so massive that most of our agents do end up starting to build teams and build downlines through revenue share. And that, when I say downline, when you recruit an agent, you get a share. When they recruit, you get a share. When that person and that person, that person, 7 levels deep. Okay, so being a downline, there are agents in Australia who have downlines of over 100 agents, and all of those agents, as they transact, it's coming back up, and everyone in the line is rewarded by the company through the company profit. As half the company profit goes back to the agents. So the agents have a buy-in, that we own part of the company. So if you want to watch that video, we just did watch it right through in 3.5 minutes, but you can watch and listen to that. One of the other things people struggle with is just we have quite a few agents that are coming out, been out of the real estate game, went into another field, but chose to come back. So they're now looking to get brought back up to speed. They know how to list and sell, but might be technology or systems or things like that that they don't know about. So we have a whole onboarding website that'll run through exactly how we do everything at eXp. So you can see by the menu on the left there, all of the aspects that are covered. They can access the live training that we spoke about earlier. They have licensee support. So I'm a licensee in Victoria as well as being in the operations area nationally. But any agent in Australia can call me. I spoke to one Victorian agent today, and she moved from Queensland to Victoria. She's got a license in both states. She could be eXp in Queensland. She moved to Victoria. She's still an eXp agent and can go ahead and transact, provided she has a license to in this state. So all of that support. One of the other things that, here, I'll try this live and in the flesh. Many of you may have heard we've got a virtual world called eXp World. So we're looking for support. All of our agents are directed to go and see one of our support ladies who may be in eXp World. So I'll give you a live. I'm just jumped in and we'll have a little bit of a walk around. So this is eXp World. Now we can see that in the corner there, and I'm not going to go into her office, Kirsten's sitting over there. She's really our head of operations and head of all things admin and support. We've got Christine sitting there. You can see that Christine is one of our onboarding and listing specialists. So there's 2 people that are live. If I walked into their office, I'd be they might be on the phone or they might speak to me straight away, but I won't do that right as we're standing there because I haven't given them any heads up that I was going to come and do this. But you get the bit of idea, and you get the idea that here in eXp World, this is the international HQ, and I'll just give you a little bit of an idea of we meet in here monthly. This is our meeting room down in here. So you can see where we meet. You can see that all of the other international areas are here in eXp World, whether it be South America, US, Europe. We have all of our support staff around the world that are in eXp World at any one time, depending on the time of day. And as you can see, me, man in black today. So just another place that you can go access support, access training, access licensees. If you'd like meeting there, we can meet in there, we can share screens, things like that, to give you as much support as we can. Just going to stop my share for a moment. You have to put up with my face for a minute because I'm going to share a different window, which is this one over here. So you've joined eXp. One of the scary things is you're a little bit on your own. Well, the perception is you are. So you've left the office you're in, you no longer have the boss and the colleagues and the structure of the office. Who can I collaborate with? How do I find another agent? So you can see on this screen that, just make sure I'm sharing the right screen. So we've got a agents referral program, and I've just popped in here Brisbane. So I'm in Melbourne. Popped in here Brisbane, I've done a search, and you can see that it's brought up 14 different agents in Brisbane. So any one of these people I could go and refer to, but let's just say I had a referral for Kent here. Kent's out in the Ipswich area, so I have a client that's moving there or looking to sell a property there, and it instantly takes me to inserting the client information, what the referral fee is, like that. I'd obviously give Kent a call. I'll send him an email and say, hey, about this person. But what this does is allows you to find that person internationally, and then fill out this form where the licensee will get a copy, so that there's no question about what the deal is between your colleague agent, and you're able to go ahead, start that relationship. The other agent's able to go and list the property, help that client, and you can both benefit, obviously, in the commission split that you arrange. Commission split's up to you, okay? We don't get involved in directing or suggesting what your commission splits are. It is something that you need to work out between two agents, what's the norm for the area and things like that. And, the collaboration, so this is down the conversation of collaboration. You'll find that we have a workplace chat, and all of our agents are in here. You ask a question, a number of agents are going to answer at any day and time, or the licensees or our support crew. So if you go into here and search up who you might be looking for, you're going to find people to ask questions of, look for support. A lot of the time it's different chatter about our systems or things that are going on in the marketplace, whatever it might be. Recently, it was conversation about the cyclone in Brisbane and how our agents were dealing with that and supporting each other and their vendors and colleagues and things like that. So one of the last things I'll touch on, many agents want to start their own business. So many of you watching may well have done that, or be thinking about doing it. The high cost these days of starting that business, the bricks and mortar office, the leases, the fit out. I spent 150,000 20 years ago on a fit out of an office. I'd hate to think what that'd cost now. But the cost of the fit out of that office, getting it up and running, everything that's spent before you sit down in it and actually think about serving clients. Then there's the cost of staff. We need a receptionist and we need sales staff. You might only start with you and your business partner or your life partner in a business, but still it's the cost of you guys working in that. You're then compelled to supply your own training, or paying for your sales staff in the future to attend training, go to conferences and things like that. So costs of that. Then you've got the trust account, the compliance around your listings and the legislation and legal side of it. So getting into your own business now is an enormous task, very costly, very time consuming. And it's probably why many people do choose to go to franchises, because it's business in a box, if you like. With a franchise, you may give up 6, 8, 10% of your gross commission to that franchise. You're still going to pay for all of the leases and the fit out and things like that, but they've got the structure perhaps in place and the layers of those earning part of your commission just increases. So with eXp, you are starting your own business. You're independent. Nearly all of our agents globally work at home. We've got one in Melbourne who has an office, just a small office. Didn't have a house that had the room or big enough to spread himself out and do his work, so did hire a small office. But nearly all of us are working from home, as I am, and our clients are out in the field. So we're going out in the field, we're greeting clients, buyers at opens, things like that. We're seeing sellers at their home for the appraisals. So the need for an office, and I think really in my career in the last 10 years, the diminishing number of people that walked in the door or even looked in the window of the office just really did diminish over that past decade. And the office is a place to go, and unfortunately sit from 8 till 6 or 8, 9 till 5 if you're lucky, and make yourself busy, keep the boss happy perhaps, but if you're looking to get out and starting your own business, and you are, as I said, if you're fully licensed, you can have your own logo and branding on your cards and your flyers and things. We supply all the training. We do all the trust accounting. You don't have to have a trust account. We do all of the supplier payments. You don't need to have QuickBooks and MyOb or whatever they are and be worrying about paying suppliers and getting their invoices and entering it. We do all of that for you, all of your clients, all of their marketing, boards and photography and all of that. We just get the invoices from your suppliers that you've used, your choice who you use, and we pay them for you. So you're up and running in your own business. You're your own person, your own real estate company, if you like, powered by eXp, and out there offering your clients full service and without all the cost. $250 plus GST a month is all you're going to pay for everything you've seen. A lot of other stuff. If you've watched any of our other explains, they've been quite different and gone through everything in a little bit more detail. Today I've been going through just who you might be out there in the real estate industry, and with frustrations and looking to do something different. And if you're looking for what the future holds for real estate, and a company that is absolute cutting edge on innovation, the future is cloud-based. The offices, we already know that offices are now, upstairs, or they're in a tower, or they're 2 streets back from the main street and upstairs in a house and things. Offices are, even the traditional office is starting to move into those spaces. We walk past a lot of offices now, even the large franchises, no window display, just an office. So, the need for those buildings and those locations is becoming nearly naught. And what we'll find over the next few years is, with the rise of AI, and what we're able to do online, what we're able to offer our clients more than ever before, is going to set us put us in the absolute right position to grow a fantastic business, grow a team or a downline if that's what you choose to do, and overcome a lot of the frustrations that you may be experiencing if you're out there in real estate world and you're working for a boss and giving up 50-60% of the commission. There's an option. You have choices, and eXp Realty is one of them. And I can only encourage that if you've watched this and you've been referred to it by one of our agents, please go back to that agent and talk about what I've presented here today, talk about any other aspects of the model. If you're unsure, you can go onto life@exp.com.au and put in, I'll just go quickly to, we'll go back over here. So life@exp.com.au, on the homepage there, you'll see that the computer catches up with me. You can download a free info pack just there on the right. You can watch that presentation, about a 10-minute presentation, 9 or 10 minutes about eXp. Goes into a lot of other details. If you download the free pack, you get all the information you need currently. reach out if you don't need to know more. We're all here to help. We're all here to explain our model, and we're as open and as transparent as we could possibly be about all of the things that go on as far as costs and income and